Betting on people's aspirations. The town municipalities of San Martín, Río de Oro, San Alberto, and Lower Rio Negro are located on the Middle Magdalena River area, in the northeastern part of the country, between the southern region of the state department of Cesar and northern region of the state of Santander. The Petronorte and the Unión Temporal Petrocaribe, two oil corporations belonging to the Petrolatina Energy Group, have both great direct and indirect influence in these regions, and as part of their social care policy, they sponsored an educational project called Certification for Promoters of Community Development. It was carried out during the months of August 2010 through March 2011. It was intended to form social leaders among the citizens of these communities. This tropical zone is easily irrigated by a number of tributary streams which flow through this region of flatlands where temperature can reach above 28 Celsius degrees, while having a vast amount of rainfall throughout the year. The zone also has good road network that made it possible to have the most favorable conditions for oil-producing palm plantations, mechanized farming, and cattle breeding. The leadership, the performance of local authorities as well as the private investment were highly affected due to the fact that during decades this area was an operation center for illegal armed groups from either right or left wing. This scenario has now substantially improved. Security and trust are back with the inhabitants, who also show signs of evident optimism and hope. Petrolatina Energy Colombian branch was established in this country in 1996. It is dedicated to the exploration of oil fields, crude oil transportation through pipelines, and the development of new hydrocarbon projects. Its experience and technology potential makes it a participant of the economic development of the country, while helping it to keep the status of an exporting crude oil country. Its operation activities are based in the Middle Magdalena and Putumayo regions, two of the most important hydrocarbon production zones in Colombia. Petronorte and Unión Temporal Petrocaribe are willing to work along with the local government in order to keep frequent communication with the communities belonging to the area of influence of the Colón, Los Angeles, and Santa Lucia oil fields. The main purpose of this policy is to achieve development in the area, reciprocal trust, and watch after respect for human rights.
Petrolatina tiene tres principios rectores que rigen su relacionamiento con las comunidades. El primero, el respeto; el segundo, la comunicación; y el tercero, el desarrollo mutuo, trabajando con el Estado precisamente en la solución de la problemática que tiene la comunidad.
The project Certification for Promoters of Community Development, prior to the starting of the project, interacted with the affected communities and listened to their suggestions, and despite of the diversity of criteria, leaders were selected according to agreed with the consultant profiles. The project was launched at 3 different formal events with the attendance of the local community and the offices of the mayor of the municipalities of San Alberto and San Martín, which were particularly supportive.
Ese tipo de acciones que está ejerciendo el consorcio de las compañías petroleras con las diferentes entidades conllevan al mejoramiento de la calidad de vida de la población.
El diplomado que nos acaban de brindar, excelente, un diplomado para multiplicar, un diplomado donde, como su nombre lo dice, gestores de desarrollo comunitario, nos enseña a poder nosotros trabajar de la mejor manera con la comunidad.
The certification project finally started on August 23 of 2010. Only 105 out of 243 social and community leaders registered were selected. The selected ones were community mothers, members of community associations, government officials from the mayor's office, local authorities, members of the Christian church, high school students, school teachers, and inhabitants of the nearby villages and counties of La Válvula, San José de los Chorros, San Rafael de Lebrija, Papayal, La Llana, Los Tendidos, Tres Esquinas, Casco Urbano, en San Martín and Morrison.
La empresa privada Petróleos del Norte ha querido brindarnos a través de esta formación, aparte de todo ese contexto del conocimiento, también podernos formar como grandes líderes que podamos transformar nuestras regiones.
La recepción fue muy buena del proyecto, ellos le apostaron al proyecto, creyeron en él y hoy en día, terminando ya el proceso, todavía siguen muy entusiasmados, no solo los que están haciendo el diplomado, sino toda la comunidad en general.
7 academic modules were developed during 100 hours. Basic civil rights, active citizenship, contemporary leadership, pedagogy of values, community values, political organization in the Colombian state, community justice and transformation of the conflicts, structure, political organization of the Colombian state and its policy of assignment and use of royalties, proposal and management of social projects.
Aprendí mucho sobre la resolución de conflictos, el liderazgo comunitario.
The working schedule followed by the participants of the certification project was divided into 8 modules that went between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., meeting each time in a school or church facility. All working modules had playful activities like role-playing, character games, drama playing, activate your senses, workshop, analysis of a real case, videos and documentaries, exposing posters, reading of literary texts, contrast comparing of real events and outside activities. At the end of each lecture and working session, the students' suggestions were taken into account. Following their input, they were put into practice in the next lecture and working session. Every student was supplied with a specialized bibliography which included material related to each activity. A daily lunch and snack were provided. A coexistence and behavior manual was designed to be applied during the project. The certification project experience went beyond the classroom as students made it well known to the rest of the population through training workshops. It was led by 105 students through 20 replicas made in their hometowns where around 1,000 people of different age and conditions took part. The project was widely broadcast on the local radio stations in 2 emissions and on a promotional jingle. The regional TV channels also presented some reports on the project, an edited booklet about the whole project process, and an abstract from the working sessions and lectures were given to the students. The project certification for promoters of community development experience helped in the creation of new development projects such as enlargement of the water supply tank and or construction of a water treatment plant in Morrison, in order to increase the water supply capacity from 50 to 170 families currently living in the area. Water is not drinkable and its supply is rationed at present. Improvement of people's homes in La Llana and its surroundings. Construction of school in San Jose de los Chorros so students do not have to walk a long distance to attend school in Papayal. The accomplishment of this project has not been free of hindrances. The winter season that went from November 2010 to February 2011 seriously harmed nearly 2 million people nationwide, and in this particular part of the country when the Magdalena and Lebrija rivers overflowed, causing roads destruction. This caused damages to about 8,000 people homes in the area. All this led to stop the certification project, and it was started again in March 2011. An agreement was made with the Universidad de Santander with the support of the Santander Communal Federation. The project certification for promoters of community development is academically certified by the university, which is now committed to attend this process throughout the present year of 2011.
El resultado es una comunidad autosostenible. Estamos formando líderes que van a replicar sus conocimientos en las comunidades, conocimientos de ciudadanía, de derechos humanos, de resolución de conflictos, conocimientos que les van a ayudar a generar proyectos autosostenibles.
Las empresas se convencieron invertir en la educación, invertir en el bienestar. Eso es lo que queda. Más allá de las obras de cemento son importantes, pero son finitas. La educación es perenne, la educación desarrolla, forma, capacita a las personas y las lleva a otro estadio. Les aumenta el ingreso, su autoestima, su lugar en la sociedad y los convierte en mejores personas.
At the end of the project, with almost zero defection, 105 leaders got graduated. Music and a cocktail toast accompanied the evening in the House of Culture of the town of San Alberto this past March 11th. The final lesson to everyone was as simple as personal and collective autonomy was achieved for a better understanding of other people's own abilities and competences, while learning to not depend on external facts. A promoter of community development is a person who is aware of the needs of his community, helping in the solution of conflicts as well as in the material and personal development of the community members.
El proceso de formación es un proceso de largo plazo que no se puede desarrollar en un solo año. Entonces por eso está todo por hacer, vamos a seguir formando, a seguir trabajando y apostándole a este tema que estamos seguros va a mejorar la calidad de vida de la comunidad en el mediano y largo plazo.